This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm John Bob Promoter Eddie Hearn on the back of another unbelievable finish to a Leigh Wood fight. Eddie, just walk me through the finish there and the ending to what was an unbelievable night.
It was a thriller. I mean, I knew it would be a great fight, but I didn't expect it to end in that way or even go the way it did. Leigh Wood started really well. Thought he won the first 2 rounds, buzzed. Josh Warrington, I thought, slightly in the first round. And then Josh was just unbelievable. Like, he just won every round. He started to batter Leigh Wood. Leigh Wood looked a little bit sorry for himself. He was getting hit to the body and hurt to the body. There was a few round the ears and the side of the head that he was moaning about. And Josh was always physical in the fight, and then just caught him with a fantastic counter, and then 4 clean shots that just took him out. And Josh looked like he wasn't going to get up. He got up, as he said, probably too quickly. But when he got up, he didn't have his legs, and he stumbled onto the ropes. He made his way back to the corner, but he didn't turn round. And it's very difficult for the ref to make a decision when the fighter won't turn round and face him. So I felt like he could have been allowed to have that minute, but because he didn't turn round, the ref really had no choice. But Josh feels like it was a robbery. The team feel like it was a robbery, and they'll feel particularly hard done by because they were winning the fight so comfortably. And I said to Tony Bellew, I think this is over in 1 round. I think Josh Warrington's going to stop him. And it was just the most remarkable comeback again from Leigh Wood, and it was a thrilling fight.
Leigh Wood continues to rip up the script during fights. Obviously, that Michael Conlan knockout will live in memory of many people, especially those who were there. Was today more emphatic than the Conlan one?
I think that, he was slowly finding his way back into the Conlan fight after getting hurt early. He dropped him in the 11th, but here he just looked done. Like, I couldn't, if you'd have said to me, in a minute, Leigh Wood's going to turn this fight around and win by knockout, I'd say, no chance. Like, he looked spent. And like he said, this was his biggest win. Josh Warrington is so criminally underrated as a fighter. Like, if you look at the Lopez fight, I felt like he won that fight, or it could have gone either way. Lopez is a tremendous talent. Like, he stopped Kiko Martinez, who stopped Jordan Gill and knocked out Kid Galahad, beat Frampton, beat Lee Selby in his prime at Ellen Road. Like, he's a brilliant fighter. And that was by far the biggest win of Leigh Wood's career.
Obviously, you've mentioned the City Ground next for Leigh Wood. It's no secret, obviously, another domestic name would help to sell that out. Do you think it is more likely that you go down the route of maybe a Warrington rematch, maybe Conlan rematch, or maybe, obviously, you'll put 130, Joe Cordino?
Yeah, I think that, look, Josh Warrington's going to want the rematch. He's got a massive fan base. It sells very well at the City Ground because it was a great fight, and people will think he can win the rematch. The Conlan rematch is an interesting one. Obviously, he's fighting Jordan Gill, that big card announced for December 2nd. Joe Cordino, who we've got our own plans for to fight in Cardiff outdoors, will probably want to do that. But he may look at the money and say, maybe I'll fight Leigh Wood. We'll have to see. But City Ground is definitely the plan. The club are keen to do it. We probably only get one shot, really, and that's 1 week of a year, which will be in May, and we'd love to make it happen.
Eddie just walked me through the card there, some good fights. And then start off with Terry Harper, Harper-Braekhus, because obviously online the reaction is very different to those in your.
I don't know what you thought, but like everyone at ringside, when the decision got announced, went, what? And I was one of them. But online, people say it was a really close fight. So I'll have to watch it back because I saw an 8-2 fight or a 7-3 fight. And I felt like Terry Harper should be unified world champion tonight. But like all the DAZN team, the BBC team, and everyone sitting there thought, yeah, Terry Harper win. Everyone, I don't believe anybody ringside was expecting anything else than a Terry Harper unanimous points win. But when I looked at social media, it was very different, so I'll have to watch it back. Kieran Conway was starting to go through the gears, obviously smashed up Adofia's eye. I thought Hopey Price, Conor Coghill was a great fight. Hopey was buzzed in the fight, came back and stopped him in the 12th round. I thought Junaid was great, Junaid Boston, and he'll now go on the Sonny Edwards card December 16. Good wins for Kobe McNamara, Nico Levias and Cameron Vong, special talent, and he'll be part of that November 11th show, which we announced tonight. Pat McCormack in a huge step up, and December 2nd, which has been very well received, first time back in Belfast since 2017. Conlan against Gill, Adjarko against Williamson, tremendous fight. Crocker against McKenna, and McComb against Maxwell. Going to sell that place out. Obviously back-to-back with Dublin now, and that really completes the whole year till Christmas, as long as we can nail Ben Eubank on the 23rd.
If you can't get Ben Eubank over the line, Eddie, will you still look to put a show on December 23rd?
No, unless AJ fights on the 23rd, yeah. It will be Ben Eubank or AJ and Ben Eubank. Like, we've got a few plans in place, but I'm very determined to make that fight, very determined. And I want to make the fight in Britain. I think we're losing out on a lot of big fights. I think legally that fight should be allowed to take place. We'll see how the board feel about that. The communication is good, but we'll see.
Just one final one idea away from it all, but sticking with the heavyweights, obviously we saw the IBF have come out saying that after Fury-Usyk takes place, they will order the winner of that to defend the IBF title, obviously potentially vacate because there's a rematch clause in place with Fury-Usyk. Harper-Braekhus is in position. Make you walk me through kind of your process going around that.
I mean, there's obviously fighters and move around the rankings all the time, but if AJ was in a position to be the next available challenger to fight Harper-Braekhus for the world title, it's definitely something we'd consider. We still remain very much focused on making the Wilder fight and maybe even fighting in December, but this week is moving time for AJ fighting in December or Ben Eubank, because beyond that it starts to become thin on time. So AJ's ambition is to win the world heavyweight title again, not make money, not be part of big fights, like just that. He wants to win the world heavyweight title, and if there's a route to do it, we'd certainly look to.
I appreciate your time as always. Thank you.
Cheers.